What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people, your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. And joining me in this new year, it's the stats man, Chris Corman, with the stats.
Hey. The stats are coming.
The stats are
I have a stat that I kind of like, didn't really like it. The Jokic is averaging an absurd 44, 14, 10, 2, and 1 against Wemby this season. I don't know if we're going to talk about Wemby a lot. There's been a lot of our teams and stuff against Wemby. Just seeing stat lines like that were fun.
Fun stat line. He used to see red and bleed bulls, but he's a businessman now. It's the lawn boss, Joey McCrowski. Get that, Joe.
Nicely done. Man, you had that one prepped, didn't you?
As soon as I heard it, I was ready for it.
Look at you. I'm proud of you. Yes, happy week after Derrick Rose Day.
Yes. It's a week-long celebration here at the Box Out Boys. Derrick Rose, a year-long celebration until that jersey hangs in the banners, I guess, right?
That's right.
We're milking it for another season. Fantastic.
Sell tickets twice.
We'll take it.
The Jerry way.
That's the way to do it. It was funny because I did look it up to see if he was. I was like, "Are they retiring his jersey?" And then the news had come out that day, and I was like, "Oh, wait, next year." So,
yeah,
fun times here at the Box Out Boys.
Get tickets.
Hey, we'll have time. All right. Well, we can say that for after the show. We've got a fun show for you guys tonight. We are going to be doing our New Year's resolutions for each of the 30 teams. Joey's got them written up. He's locked and loaded, ready to go. So let's get into it, man. Hit us with your first round here.
Yes. Number one, starting off with the defending champion, Boston Celtics.
Oh, perfect.
We're going by division here in conference, so you can see we're starting. Boston, their resolution for this year is to stay quiet. Boston needs to keep up the pressure, continue building on what they've already done. They don't need to chase the Cavs and should focus on maximizing their identity, making sure they have confidence elsewhere if the three ball goes dry on them. A few games they've lost this year against good teams. Looks like the three ball has been a little bit weak for them. It's kind of their Achilles heel 2 years ago. They kind of rectified that last year and fought through it, but they don't seem interested in chasing the Cavs this year, which I think is good.
Yeah,
and hopefully they don't decide that that's a thing they need to do, because they don't have any reason to be the number one seed if they don't have to be. No,
I like this. They should be coming in, like you said, with it, like quiet. They don't need to make any noise. They just need to be ready come playoff time. We were watching the game from last night with against Denver. No Jokic, but our conversation in the Celtics house over here was Porzingis needs to be ready to go come playoff time. Good to see him back. Good to see him, out there performing and stuff. So just nice. Hopefully he's there come playoff time. Hopefully he can provide some of that inside presence so they're not so reliant on the three. Yeah. They did have a tough loss against OKC over the weekend on Sunday. They looked ready to go. So that was a fun matchup. Chris, any thoughts on the Boston?
I watched them against the Timberwolves, and the Celtics took 57 threes, right, out of their 92 shots. It's absurd what was going on in that game. They don't drive to the paint. Dude, there's nobody. I saw Kobe White drive to the paint the other night.
He went fantastic.
To the basket. Is he the only guy left driving the paint? I don't understand what's happening here. This Boston team, and maybe you don't have to. Maybe I'm just an old soul now, old head, trying to be like, get in the paint,
in the paint, young fella.
But Stacey King over here.
Yeah, I agree with Joey's thing on just stay the course. Don't overthink it. They're the best defensive team in the league still by whatever advanced metric it is. So they're fine. But I'm just anytime we talk about the Celtics, I'm just gonna belabor the point. I hate watching them because they shoot way too many threes.
They do feel a little like they're maybe not fully engaged yet. So I'm maybe grain of salt there, but we'll see.
Find your way.
They got to start getting here engaged next couple months.
All right, that was an easy one.
Yeah,
good teams are pretty easy.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's the mid and bad teams that get good.
Teams would be tough.
How many good teams are there? There's like 4 good teams. Or 3 good teams, I think, right?
Boston,
OKC,
Cleveland, OKC.
That's the 3.
Counting Houston, Memphis.
We'll
Houston probably weird. Yeah, we'll see
what Joey has for them later on.
Let's mix the two of them together. We'll call Memphis, Houston as a pair. All right, up next, Brooklyn Nets.
Oh,
The resolution.
What a drop off. Okay.
Ooh, that was a hard left turn.
Let me
Their
reconfigure
resolution
my brain.
is to trade Cam.
Okay, yeah.
Cam Johnson is having a career season in points and 3-point shooting, but he's also helping the Nuts win too much, and it's time to trade him to a contender for as many picks as possible. He'll be coveted, especially with 2 seasons left on his deal. They need to move him. It was pretty straightforward.
Cam Johnson.
Dump him.
Yeah.
Did you say Johnson already?
Cam Johnson. Yeah.
Cam
Yes.
Johnson. You want to make sure you get the right Cam.
Got the right Cam.
I heard some Golden State rumors. Was that maybe coming up, or was that they're kind of rumored with everybody?
Did they
right?
get Schroeder?
They got Schroeder,
Schroeder. They're gonna get Jimmy.
Jimmy, and then I think somebody they were talking about maybe Cam going there. But yeah, he's going to be the prize left on that team right now. So
Yep.
definitely
It's an easy one to trade.
So Joey, I know you put these all together, but I was just as prepping for this a little bit here, looking at the teams, and I had this exact same one. Please trade Cam Johnson. Do not Bruce Brown this situation where he's just left in Toronto after winning championships in Denver. He's a valuable player. Everybody can use Cam Johnson. So
move him.
Yeah, it would be the dumbest thing ever. It feels like the league should force Brooklyn to trade Cam Johnson, right? Like,
you're not good enough to have them.
No,
you guys aren't trying enough to have him, so just move him along.
Move along to somewhere else.
All right, easy enough. On to the Knicks. Their resolution is to expand. Last year they were capitalize on Brunson. This year they need to expand. The Knicks are cooking with a top 5 offensive rating, and the Karl-Anthony Towns Brunson pick and roll has blossomed into everything we thought it could be. The top 3 players in minutes in the NBA, though, also happen to be Knicks, and Tibbs continues to keep his rotation tight. Unless they have some new way to surprise teams in the playoff with new looks, depending on the same 6 to 7 guys will make it easy for teams to game plan for you in the playoff.
I think you hit the nail on the head here. This has been maybe the Achilles heel of a lot of Tibbs teams. They kind of have that one move, and everybody's seen it. And at some point, when it's not crunching time, they just don't have that extra move. They don't have anywhere else.
Their nuts get crunched.
Their nuts get crunched, and they run out of gas. Basically, happened to them last year.
Dude, how about Joey? Yes, of course, agree with your point. 39 minutes from Bridges, 36, and it'll be 37. Josh Hart, just stupid. Michael Bridges really getting tested for that Iron Man record, that Cal Ripken basketball record here, and he's holding up. He's looking better too. How about Karl-Anthony Towns though, going for the All-Star voting? The dude is well liked to get 10 times as many votes than this time last year. Minnesota, I swear to God, like maybe it's because I live here and because I follow too closely, but it is like one of the most hated sports across everything. Like there was talks about the Vikings having a good season, then trading the coach. It's like nobody talks about that. You don't trade the coach. Like maybe we'll trade to a better franchise. Like just keep it in there. But
you just trade all-star players after
they're good in Minnesota. Like so they can actually go to a real team. It's like
well, he's in the biggest market in the U.S. I would imagine all the homers in New York are,
and he's playing really well. So
he's playing.
Bing bong.
I mean, Mitch Rob. Do we have any? I meant to look it up before this, but I don't know if Mitch Rob is coming back. Any timetable on that, Joseph?
I haven't heard anything yet.
No, I did not put that in.
Yeah, so
but that's only to make him stronger.
Because Precious Achua, he's one of the few guys in the league still that will be at the 3-point line and then dribble for a mid range and then still brick it.
He's a driver.
He's not very good.
He's not very good.
He's a hustle man.
Let's go. Hustle award.
Yeah, they just got to be ready to go in the playoffs, man. Be healthy. Have Cat cooking. Brunson, pick and roll, like you said. It's going to be fun to watch for sure.
All right. Philadelphia 76ers. Last year's was put your back into it. This year, it's do something. Be a meme with the guy with the stick poking, right? Do something.
Do something.
Stop being a joke in everything you do and do something. Your surge in December still has you looking up at the Bulls and Pistons in the standings, and neither team seems to be ready to throw in the towel, meaning you'll actually have to do something to make the play-in. Even then, you're looking at an impossible road out of the East. So even though you're doomed, do something to make some of us forget what a joke your big three has been.
Oh, scathing take. Chris, you
I mean,
wanna?
I was thinking when you said put your back into it, you could like for this year, fix your back and stop getting hurt, like actually stay on the court kind of thing. Even with their guys back, they're not winning games, right? Like this team is
Out of the play-in right now. This is
yeah. The Pistons
they-
don't look like they're
do-
going anywhere. And
are the Bulls gonna okay?
no. Well, we'll
Are the
get
Bulls-
there. They're up
Are the
in
Bulls
two.
gonna have a better record than the Sixers by the end
They're
of
up
the
in 2
season?
picks. Yeah.
What are we thinking, guys?
I think yes.
Yes.
I think yes.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think yes.
No, I don't know. I think
I hope not.
I would think not at all. I don't know. Paul George, he's only averaging 16 a game. The guy's at some point gotta.
Sixers are
fact
2
that
games
one-
back right now.
The
Dude,
fact that you think not, and it's not like
Oof.
a guaranteed not means there's something.
Yeah,
wrong,
that's
right?
what's wild. I said it's not. It's not like a laughable. Yeah, of course not. It's like I don't know. It's getting a little late. A little late in the season here.
yeah, he's
Kinda getting
24
there.
games in. Oh, I don't know. I feel like with Paul George production, does that mean Jimmy Butler? People are gonna give me like, maybe we should be paying these 36-year-old players. Like you guys know, being that old, like there shouldn't be.
It's tough on the
Yeah,
knees.
it's tough. So
There was a
I don't know.
story that Embiid was pushing for Jimmy Butler before they signed Paul George, that he really wanted
Oh, wow.
really to make a
Wanted him
move to
back.
get Jimmy. Wanted
What?
him
Oh,
back.
dude! Like the Sixers have whiffed on so many wings. They had Michael Bridges. They traded him for Zaire Smith. They had Jimmy Butler, but they decided to keep Tobias Harris. They made bad move after bad
Yep.
wing move. Just
Yeah.
On
Why they should
Jason
do something.
Tatum was on the
Yep.
table for them.
Was on the
Markelle
table.
Fultz, unreal. Like how much. Then they get Paul George, who's
Hey.
way past his prime.
Trust the process, guys.
Trust the process.
Unreal.
It's gotten you nothing but an MVP.
Poster child for not tanking, I guess.
Right.
Do we know how many games Embiid has played so far this year?
I don't.
34
but
games in. Do you know how many he's played?
13.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Sweet.
I thought it was like 17 or like 20.
13.
He's only played 13, man. Like this guy.
Great.
Yeah,
Stuff.
14 wins.
Qualifying for those
Tough.
awards.
He doesn't care anymore. He got his MVP, so he's good.
Little lazy sack shit. Okay. Let's keep rolling. Toronto Raptors.
Yes.
Try not to care. So the Raptors have some pieces, but they're 2 or 3 years away from being truly competitive again. Dick looks solid. Barrett is
Nice.
serviceable and nice. And Scotty is Scotty. This team would benefit though.
Solid.
This team would benefit huge from an injection of a top pick and shouldn't care about any result this season except losses. They've got the pieces. They're just not like quite aligned yet. Like they've got some stuff cooking.
They're doing what the Bulls should be doing.
They are.
Pieces trying to get like a flag or the other kid that's
The good news for them though is that their pieces aren't costing them what the Bulls are costing them. 'cause
Yeah,
they
well,
were-
that's true.
they were a little, they're younger, just not quite there yet. But yeah, that one was pretty easy. It's kind of a try not to care without saying tanking, but tank.
I think the difference between Toronto and Chicago is Toronto got quote unquote lucky with injuries.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown, as I mentioned earlier, has not made his debut yet this season after going arthroscopic knee surgery. Emmanuel quickly played 6 games. Scotty Barnes is now out again, right? So like, they got G Dick who's doing great, and then
Solid.
he's a solid.
He's big.
And then Barrett. So yeah, no, they're doing what they should be doing. I liked this team so much, and they just had so many injuries, which is probably best for them long term. So whatever.
Yeah.
Dick is
Sometimes
hard.
you gotta luck into those lottery picks.
Dick is hard to cover on defense.
Moving on.
Sorry, I was really happy when I wrote Dick looks solid.
You gotta laugh. It was like I'm gonna lean into it.
I'm leaving this one there. All right, Chicago Bulls.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Scathing. Let's do
Trade
it.
for Jimmy Butler.
This is the shortest of the resolutions.
Oh
I had.
wow.
This one is sell high. The stocks of Vooch, Levine, and Lonzo will never be higher. They're living up to their contracts, but you're not good enough to justify those contracts past the season. Take whatever's available and start over. I will add, though, we all know New Year's resolutions last approximately 4 to 6 weeks. So by that logic, they won't do it, and we'll see them again. But this one's it's easy. You gotta got to move these guys. Vooch, Levine are having comeback
Yeah.
seasons, right, compared to what they were last year. Lonzo obviously can still play, and he's playing at a high
it looks
level.
solid.
He looks like a guy you could take. The Bulls don't need him. They're not good enough with them. They're not bad enough, with them. So it's kind of got to make the decision here. It is time.
Yes, I
How
agree.
did you feel writing this one, Joey?
Yeah,
I feel like this one might have hurt.
No, it didn't. Like,
who knows?
like they're fun to watch. They're more fun to watch this
Yeah.
season. Like, but at this point, I'm like, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of want to see those guys go like be on good teams and like do something. Like,
Yeah, especially Levine. Like he's playing great this year, and I would like to see him.
my God, you just wish
some
good
crunch
things
minutes.
upon Zach.
I think it'd be cool. Like he came back. I know. I kind of like lost all hope with them last year, and then this year he kind of came back with new Zach, new attitude, and
Funny how that
I don't
happens
know,
when Lamar's gone.
yeah. I mean,
I think
kinda
that was a
has his
much
moment.
bigger deal than we all
I think so too.
care to
And
recognize.
Giddy
than
coming in
anyone
there
wanted to.
instead, man.
Yeah.
Guess
Giddy's been good for them, minus the defense late in games, but
can't wait
I
for
mean,
that $80 million extension this offseason. 3 years.
Here we
Patrick
go.
Williams and Josh Giddey, highest paid players. Here we go.
That'll be. I mean, look, they need to do it. I'm with you. I don't think they will, but that's what they should. They should do.
What they should do, they should take whatever they can get for these guys at this point
Yep.
because Levine's not signing another deal.
I think the problem is with this is Levine and Kobe are like really high, and Vooch. They're all having great seasons. Problem is nobody wants that type of player. I feel like those are kind of like players that everybody kind of has. You have the high scoring offensive weapons.
Yeah.
The player you need is the Patrick Williams, right? The lengthy defender. Problem is he's not good.
Yeah,
he's
he's not
awkward.
good.
You need the
He's not developing. He's not confident. You can see it in his body language, the way he shoots the ball. It's so weird.
And that
This
wastes
guy, how he
time,
has
man.
not developed.
That's what happens when you draft guys who played off the bench on non-big name programs in the top 5. You don't take a
Florida
6-man.
State.
You don't take a 6-man out of Florida State with the number 4 pick.
Yeah,
I'd have to go back and look, see who was there, but it does feel like a reach.
I think it was a bad draft.
Halliburton.
Halliburton, but
well, okay.
I don't know if
Yeah, he's for
Halliburton was-
everybody.
Yeah, Halliburton. But
He's the guy that's like, oh, how did you not take Giannis? That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
then you look at Giannis when he was drafted, like, oh, that's why.
I believe though. Hang on, we gotta have this conversation. So it was Anthony Edwards went 1, LaMelo.
This was the COVID draft.
These are notable drafts. I want the actual draft.
Yeah, right.
Here we go.
You have to get the
James
Edwards-
Wiseman was 2.
It was
okay.
Edwards, Wiseman, LaMelo Ball, Patrick Williams. And then after that, Isaac Okoro, fine. Aneke
Yeah.
Kongwu, fine. Killian Hayes,
Yeah.
fine. Obi Toppin, Jalen Smith. Halliburton went
Yeah.
12. Aaron Neesmith,
he was
Cole
in-
Anthony, Josh Green,
Yeah,
Tyrese Maxey,
yeah.
Manuel Quickly, Peyton Pritchard, and that's pretty much Desmond Bain.
Hey, JD McDaniels,
Is he in here?
Yeah, hey,
28th.
28.
I didn't get that far. I stopped scrolling.
We went
Sorry,
to
it's not enough
Peyton
names.
Pritchard.
Yeah.
There's no way he was drafted that high.
Halliburton's the miss in that one for them, right? Because
Yeah, that
that
would have been a good player.
you take Halliburton means you wouldn't have traded what you traded for Lonzo.
Yeah.
Means you would have actually had a point guard. You would have been better off. But okay, we can move on.
It was a
All
bad draft.
Cleveland Cavaliers, Dare to Dream. The Cavs have the
Oh,
second best net rating and best offensive rating to go along with the best record in the NBA. Nobody saw this dominance start coming, and nobody seems to see a successful spring and summer coming either. Dare to dream that you can run the table this season and be the favorite that nobody believes in.
wow. Well, they got a matchup tonight with the other best team in the league.
No game talk.
No game talk. Besides, I'm recording it, so I want to watch it. I want to go in fresh. But this is a team. They're on my radar as far as like I gotta start making sure I'm watching Cavs games. So it, like obviously recording tonight. Like all right, let's see how they do against OKC because I gotta see if I'm taking them seriously because these numbers that they're putting up, those are real contender numbers. Those net ratings and all that stuff that's the pool of teams. So
Yeah.
I think Dare to Dream is a good resolution for them.
It's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't believe the haters.
Easy for the good teams. All right. Detroit Pistons, smile some. The Pistons are in that sweet spot of a rebuild where the players you committed to are finally showing some results, but the expectations are still very low. Cade is having a breakout all-star potential season, and even though Ivy fractured his tibia, they should enjoy where they're finally at. Like, they should kind of be happy with this, right? Like what they kind of settled onto is kind of working, but like they still don't have to win games for people to be like, oh, this is a success. And like they can still keep building around Cade, who actually looks like the guy that we all kind of thought he would be like 2 years ago.
He is who we thought they were. I thought he would be.
Yeah, he is.
How about Algier Thompson? You want to take a moment to talk about that twin?
Yeah.
LeBron had a quote about the Thompson twins. They ain't like the rest of us. I've been able to go against some dudes in my career, and those two guys, man, they're just pure athleticism. When you watch those guys, they are like robot athleticism, like Terminator 2 running, just like
just running
perfect specimens. They can't shoot for shit, but they can do everything else on the court very, very well.
They're not like us.
I can hound you. Wait, not I guess. This is probably, I would say, enjoy this for this season, but this feels like that bit of the mirage. I don't think there's anything real past this. I think this will be nice, and they'll probably find themselves in this position for the next couple of seasons before they realize it is what it is. They're Bulls in 3 years ago.
I mean, compared to where they were last season, though, they should be pretty damn happy.
They should be happy for this.
Lost 28 games in a row last year, so
yeah, no doubt in that.
Wasn't that long ago that they lost 28 games.
You gotta take the ones where you can find them, I guess.
Yeah. All right, Indiana Pacers. Get back Halliburton.
Keep pacing.
Ooh, that's a good one. No, start pacing. There
you go.
Halliburton's stats are down across the board, following All-Star and third-team All-NBA selection last year, leading to a 500 record. For the Pacers to maximize this window and roster, they need Halliburton at his 2023-24 level, potentially even operating above that. Very simple, right? They go as he goes, and if he doesn't go, that team is just kind of Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner.
Yeah, I mean, even with Benedict kind of being a little bit better this year, the regression from Halliburton kind of nullifies it.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it keeps them from being, maybe that like a feistier team.
They definitely overachieved last year, and that was with him operating at like peak level, and anything below that just is a slide.
Yeah, it kind of came back to earth a little bit. So did he.
Yeah. Simple.
They're not far out of it though, man. They're tied here for like 6th place, so they can get in the playoffs. Not that far behind Milwaukee, so we'll see. The next couple of weeks, next month or so, we'll see what happens. Could be a little more interesting.
Yeah. Now let's get into another exciting one here. The Bucks.
Oh, there you go.
Find consistency. Where were they last year? I asked them if they needed Tibbs too. That's good. After starting the season 4-9 and then winning 7 in a row, along with winning the NBA Cup, the Bucks are now just 3-3 following that victory. Giannis is having an MVP caliber season, and the rest of the team needs to come along for the ride every night. The Bucks have struggled to stay hot since winning the title a few years ago and need to find the mentality to remain strong night in and night out. This is kind of one of those damning things against everybody but Giannis, because the thing he called for was, I need everybody to be all in all the time, right? Just like I am. And seems like he's all in all the time. Dame has been better, but I fear after those two, Middleton is not the guy that we thought he was. Gary Trent Jr. kind of just falls off from there.
Yeah, you look at this roster, you look at the names after Dame, and you just kind of get, these are ugly names. Like Green,
just the spelling is
Jackson
bad.
Jr., Brooke Lopez is still playing and expected to play at an elite level.
Right. Get minutes, man.
Middleton, Joey just mentioned him. He has not looked. He's been worse than Middle. He's been
dried up.
Bobby has been good and bad, mostly bad.
Yep.
Gary Trent Jr. I guess people have liked Gary Trent Jr. Every time they've said I've seen like other podcasts, like, oh yeah, Gary Trent Jr. And I watch it, it's like it's fine. I don't know,
It's fine. It's not
Like,
winning the games.
he's not. Yeah, and Torian Prince, Ryan Rollins, like yeah, no.
Is that a
Ryan
I
Rollins?
forgot they won the cup already. I was thinking about the other. I'm like, who won the NBA Cup this year? And then Joe, you just said it was the. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh man, are people gonna forget who wins the cup every year except for the
Yes.
Lakers? Like everybody
Yes.
will remember the Lakers.
The
winning
first
it.
one.
The first one. Then everybody, who won
Right.
the second one? Oh, the Bucks. That's right.
They didn't even make the playoffs there, or they lost in like
They lost in the
5
play-in. It
games.
was weird.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Well, it just seeming hard, and I had a point, and I lost it there for a second. But no, it seems like it's been hard for these teams. You know, look at them. Look at the Nuggets after winning a title. Like to kind of keep a solid core around a superstar just seems to be tough right now. And I don't know if it's just guys getting hurt, falling
Timberwolves,
out.
man. It's like you don't even have to win the chip. It's just
just
you just have like a solid season and you can
Good season.
implode a
you
little bit.
decide, hey, all right, that's enough of that.
Player empowerment.
Enough of that winning. It's getting expensive. It might get expensive.
This whole winning thing is getting pretty pricey. Yeah,
It's getting pretty pricey. Yeah, no, just I don't know, man. It's been tough. It's disappointing to see Giannis having the season he's having, and kind of really not being a serious contender on the East.
I think everybody too is forgetting that with Cleveland being as good as they are, like these teams that were kind of thinking they were up there, they've got another team they have to now compete with and jump. Right.
Yeah.
So, all right, Atlanta Hawks accelerate Trey. After some questions last season if Trey was even going to remain a Hawk, they've chosen their path with him as their star. DeJounte is gone, and Trey has been in full Ice Trey mode, cementing himself as a true star to build around. I felt weird writing that, but
I like it.
he's clearly a guy, right? He's clearly a dude, and they should probably start thinking about how do we. Problem is it's Atlanta, and there's not probably a really big urge to go there, but they're gonna have to get creative. I feel like to do something. Because if not, they're just gonna be kind of this 500 team that they've always been, minus the one season.
What could the piece be? Because I know they got some nice young players, and Trey's been having more of a facilitator type season. But more shooting or something to surround him
that
with?
second scoring option. It's kind of Bogdan or Jalen Johnson, I guess, but he's not really that much of a scorer.
Yeah.
In a way that you kind of want that second option to be. Bogdan's kind of that guy. Maybe Ricochet can develop. He was the number 1 overall pick, right? He's kind of been a spot up shooter so far, shooting 28% from 3 off of 4 attempts a game. Not great, but he's a rookie. This team's got some guys. This is a got some guys team.
This is a got some guys team.
Right? They kind of remind me of a dollar store version of last year's Timberwolves, right? Like Anthony Edwards and Trae Young.
Good version of that.
They've got Dyson Daniels, right? Is your Jaden McDaniels, your lockdown defender. But then after that, it just kind of falls, right? It's you got some guys, but you're missing that.
Clint Capella is the Rudy Gobert.
Clint Capella is the Rudy Gobert.
6'9" instead of 7'2".
He probably gets
maybe
when
it
matters, but he can get you some good stuff down low.
The value rack at the dollar store version of Minnesota last year. It's they're not quite just anything in the dollar store. They're the section up front.
They're the dollar spot at the 5 Below at the registers.
Spot at the 5 Below. Yep, they're at the registers. But yes, I see the comparison.
Yeah, I didn't want to completely knock it. I like that. Yeah,
that's
a good way to put it.
Yeah, I was making sure the dollar store piece was the most important part of that comment.
Yeah. Front end of the dollar store, yes.
Onto the Charlotte Hornets. Your resolution is to go away. Is it possible for the NBA to remove the Hornets and give someone else a team? That's a solid question.
Wow.
Jordan sold, and they look the same. They still have Bridges playing, which is as much of a disappointment as anything.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for LaMelo Ball, nobody would know this team exists. So let's make it happen for real. I kind of couldn't think of a good thing for them. And then I kind of thought of that. And I was like, you know what? Actually, I feel like pretty confident about them. Like, you guys are still playing Miles Bridges as if like we should all forget that
Yeah.
he's a scumbag piece of shit. Like, we should just ignore that and act like it never happened. And they're just trotting him out there every night like he's a focal point of this team. It's a shame that LaMelo Ball is stuck there.
Yeah.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it
Yeah.
kind of?
Is it kind of? I think LaMelo's good for this. This feels like, I don't know why, but it feels like the spot for like LaMelo. Like, just be a bucket getter and
Like, what if he was in
no-name
Golden
place.
State? He wouldn't be able to do half the things he does.
No.
Like, he alley-ooped to himself the other night and then passed it out of the alley-oop off the back. He alley-ooped off the backboard, took it, then passed it to someone else, who then passed it to somebody else to get and then people are talking about it like, oh, he saw the whole thing. It's like, I don't think he did. I think he kind of just like made shift it.
I think he's just farting
on the
around.
fly.
out there.
Yeah, right.
He's farting around looking good.
He's playing and one.
He's like, yeah,
He doesn't care to win. This team has cool stats. He's averaging nearly 30 points a game. Brandon Miller's averaging 21. Bridges at 18. Like, they should be winning more than 8 games. It's so dumb.
They suck.
Anytime this team wins, they're the kind of team where like who did they just beat yesterday? They beat the Suns. So it's like, okay, if you're the Suns or like the Wolves or any of these teams are like kind of trying to win. If you lose to a team like the Hornets, you're like, oh shit, I'm in trouble.
Yeah,
I'm losing
I
to
feel
the
like he actually
Hornets.
Articles are being written.
I feel like he'd be great on the Suns, actually.
LaMelo?
LaMelo?
For Beal? Yeah, instead of
Straight
Beal,
up.
I guess. But
Just come off the bench, throw things off the backboard.
It's a certain upgrade.
What's the likelihood that Lonzo ends up getting traded to Charlotte, by the way?
Unless they're giving back Brandon Miller, it's not worth anything. Like, do they have picks? Probably.
They probably have picks.
Probably, I guess.
They need those picks.
Who's been taking those picks from them? Nobody. Like, they've been trading them away. Yeah, I don't know. That one seemed easy for me. I was like, I don't want you around anymore.
I always forget about Charlotte. Like, that's a team I'm not even bothering to watch. I know LaMelo's fun, I guess, but I don't care, man. Win more than 8 games.
Yeah. All right. Miami Heat, another dysfunctional, lovely place. Their resolution is Juggle Jimmy, Juggle Jays. With Jimmy now officially requesting a trade and being suspended by the team, it's unlikely we see him wear a Heat jersey ever again. They seem to have been right in holding on to Bam and Hero, and with this era of Heat culture done, keeping the Jimmy distraction as quiet as possible will be best for the team.
Yeah. Move on. That's done.
Move on.
Where's he gonna go?
Don't know.
He had a list. He had a list of teams where he wanted
Houston
to go. Right?
Would be interesting.
Houston makes the most sense, but I don't think Houston wanted him.
No, Houston's not gonna want to do that. If I was Houston, I wouldn't do that.
The money he's owed and what he's done in the past 4 stops doesn't really give you a whole lot of feel goods.
What about
wow, Chris, yeah, right there.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know if that was picked up on the mic.
Yeah, giving birth. What's happening down there?
What about Minnesota?
Yeah, you want him back in Minnesota, Chris?
It'd be kind of fun. I thought, it would be better than Julius. I think it'd be
Julius.
Yeah,
better than Orange Julius.
Orange Julius in Miami. He's got
has a ring
more body
to it.
fat. How about Hami Haka is having a regression season?
Yeah, he hasn't been a sharp.
That name has not been mentioned once.
He had a triple-double the other night.
Did he?
I'd take him in. I would take him in Chicago though. I'd fine.
Oh, he did. Everyone does well. Somebody, against Sacramento. It's really that count.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Miami's easy though. You just gotta get rid of Jimmy.
That's a
kind of wrote itself in the past.
There was a thing that I think Pat Riley said that they think that they can still contend with like the Boston and the Clevelands even without Jimmy this season. I don't know, man.
He's caught up in
losing
the
man.
In the 2 seasons. He's losing.
And it's like they're the only team I think that can say that without getting laughed out of the gym because they kind of did it, right? Was it 5 years ago at this point, though?
Yes.
So, I don't know.
It's been a while.
So you're like afraid to talk shit about him. You're like, you want to say something. You're like, but they're just gonna. What if they do it?
What if they do it?
What if they beat the Cavs though? Like
get Julius Randle, Heat culture,
Heat culture, Randle, maybe.
Julius. The next year's can be Juggle Julius.
Juggle Julius.
All right. Orlando Magic resolution is keep shooting. With Paulo
keep
returning from
shooting.
injury in the next few games, it's more important than ever that Orlando keeps shooting threes to complement what Paulo brings to the court. Here's the stat of all stats. Okay. Orlando is taking the 10th most threes with the defender 6+ feet away, and on those attempts only makes 33.3% of them.
Whoa.
That's clearly an anomaly, and it has to change for them to win.
That's a wild
I stumbled across that in an article, and I was like, that's ridiculous. Whoever came up with that, it's kind of cherry picked a little bit, right? But
yeah.
that tells you when you look at their shooting percentages how bad it is. That it's not that they're taking contested shots; they're taking pretty much open shots, and they can't knock them
bricking
down.
You just can't hit them. Wow.
But with Paulo back, that kind of gives you the little consistency, in the paint down low, and get out of a shooting slump. What do? Keep shooting.
Well,
I wonder if
Condavious
I think they're letting them shoot.
KOC was supposed to reinvigorate the team. He usually shoots 40%. He's down to 30 so far this season, only making 1.5 a game.
Denver saw that one coming.
I guess so. But so just keep shooting. So are you under the theory that you'll shoot your way out of this situation?
I mean,
Or are you just keep practice the shots because that's how you're gonna win if you have any chance of winning come
So
playoffs.
look at Boston. They don't stop shooting.
right. They don't stop shooting, and more times
They won
than
the
not,
title.
It ends up working out for them, right? Like,
Damn it. Yeah.
it kind of works.
It's math, guys.
It is math. It's a great math problem, and it works.
That's right. Favorite and least favorite line in the NBA right now. It's the
Shout
math.
out
Solve the math.
rookie of the year front runner right now, I'm pretty sure, and Tristan Da Silva. Yeah, anyone?
No,
Been starting a few games for Orlando.
I don't think he's the rookie of the year front runner. Then probably.
See, I was thinking about that today. Like, who is the rookie? I haven't heard any buzz about it.
He's been getting 25 points, 21, 18, 18, 15. No, we were talking about how there's no rookies that had broken 15 points yet, right? And he's been
cooking down
pretty
there.
good.
Cooking.
We can say that for a different pod. I think Edie is still the guy because Memphis is still
That's probably where it's going.
like 3 seed.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Look on Basketball Reference, see who's leading the league or leading the polls.
All right, you guys ready for the last team in the East?
Yes, let's do it.
Coming up on 40 minutes.
I know we're running along here. We got another one.
Washington Wizards. Cut Kuzma. Cut the Kuz.
Cut the coos.
All right, I know you can't actually just cut him, but they should be serious about sending him packing. Bilal Coulibaly looks like he might actually be something, and the verge is still on Alex Sarr. But the Wizards are young, and having a high-volume, non-efficient score and Kuzma taking shots out of their hands doesn't make any sense. The team's not going anywhere with him. He's not good, but he's not terrible. Like, I feel like he's one of those you take whatever you can get at this point. Like, there's no sense in having him on your team, so like he's got to be worth like 2 second-round picks somewhere just to somebody kind of thing.
Probably, but he's another one I was gonna like. Who wants him right now?
Yeah, I mean, well, he did this to himself, right? He completely misplayed his hand because he said he didn't want to go to Dallas because he thought they weren't going to be contenders in the near future.
Ugh.
So
that's tough.
That's tough.
yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah,
This
Them and the Hornets are like, we can move on.
Yeah, the Hornets. They needed a guy like Kuzma. That would be
the Wizards could have got to go away too, but they don't have any.
They should be better. They're disappointing that they're not good.
Who? The Wizards?
The Wizards, they've been in the mix before years ago, but
yeah, they had John Wall.
They're like the Pistons, like a team. Yeah, when they had, they should be better teams. They're not.
John Wall. All right, you guys ready to go to the West? Let's go to the
Yeah.
West. Denver Nuggets, number 1.
Do it.
This year's most aggressive resolution goes to the Denver Nuggets. They get the figure it the fuck out resolution.
Oh, nice.
They failed to build properly around the best player in the world. Jokic continues to put up historic numbers, but have suffered some brutal losses in those historic games. They're unlikely to find many willing trade partners in the West, so their options may be limited, but they must find a way to improve this roster. Now, their record is good, but does anybody have any sort of faith in them doing anything in the playoffs? Or is their ceiling probably second round?
They're more like the team that don't screw up when playing against them in the playoffs. I feel like, right? Like Dallas. Dallas, I feel like made there because Luka's floor is so high, and Minnesota was just so tired because they didn't, the NBA decided to give them no time off in between playoff series. That's
There
fine.
you go.
Going back at it.
They went 7 games.
But yeah, Denver's they're technically the 4th seed right now.
Yeah.
But if they go against OKC, no one's expecting Denver to pull it out. So, and it would be nice if we kind of thought, because this time last year we would have been like, oh man, that's gonna be an awesome. And then Minnesota,
Yeah.
right now. Anyways, although Dallas won too. Anyways, yeah.
I'm hesitant to say that they're not going to do anything in the playoffs, which is weird. Because I feel like everything points to the fact that they are a second round team, but then what Jokic is doing, I have to maybe like pause a little bit. It's like a early Cavs LeBron kind of like where the team's not good, but it might just not matter. But
I think you're still like Jamal Murray. Like
I'm souring, but I think again, playoff Murray might be different. He might be like a Jimmy Butler type.
Yeah.
So
I'm growing fearful that they're blowing this window.
I think they are too. I think you're right there. I think they're blowing it real bad.
So there we go. All right, Minnesota Timberwolves.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wow.
What?
Jeez.
We didn't even hear it yet. We don't even know what he's going to say. We're already.
Okay, we'll get into it here in a second.
Let's get the resolution. Is Marky Mark.
Good vibrations? Or
the Wolves need to vibe.
Here we go.
Nice, Titus. Nice. Seems anytime there's a trade involving a big man with the Wolves, they need a lot of games to figure it out. Last year, we praised the recovery from the previous trade, and it looks like we're staring down the same proposition again. We probably won't see anybody punch a teammate this season. But the good vibes and fun play need to return for the Wolves to match their run last year. Best part about the Wolves last year was they were like carefree, fun, and just like they played just like this, like I don't know, it's just like loose and happy go lucky.
A good team,
and it just doesn't look right. Julius Randle pounding the ball in the paint. Julius Randle pounding the ball in the paint is just painful.
Honestly, it was they were able to stop guys on defense, but allow them to be more free flowing on the offensive end.
Yeah,
and now you got Julius not being able to do that.
Julius, I like that we just call him Julius. He's not even Randall anymore. Just Julius.
He's not.
You know who I'm talking about. Right?
Exactly.
Julius.
He needs to go. That's the resolution. Get him out. Get him out. I don't want to. I don't want to look at this guy for
realistic
3 months.
The reason why I was like, I womp is because I am so bummed out about what the Wolves did, and I'm not even like, I'm like bummed out for Chris. Secondhand bumming out. This is the kind of trade I can't stand.
Is this the most? Sorry, keep going.
No, go ahead. Say it. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, is this the most bum trade since like Harden was traded from OKC to Houston?
That's on par with what this.
Maybe that was worse.
That was worse because they were younger.
Yeah,
but this was. We made a conference finals after like a slugfest with like a bad matchup in a pretty wide open West. And then, like, on the eve of the season, you trade your second best player for a bum.
He won most improved one season.
But, and he's not like, he's fine. He's a fine NBA player. I'm not sure I shouldn't be saying he's a bum. But it's just such a bummer of a trade because of money in a year. Like,
yep.
I kind of get it if you had lost in the second round. Like if you had lost to, I was thinking about this the other day. If they had lost to Denver in like the 7-game series, you could have talked me into, hey, that's
our ceiling.
That's our ceiling. We took the champ. We pushed them all to the edge, and we couldn't beat them. All right, fine. Like kind of like it's similar, but not really. Like the Durant, I lost to 7 in Golden State, and instead of like coming back, it was like you joined Golden State, which was even worse. But that idea of like, all right, look, man, we tried it. It didn't work. The money's going to get huge. We want to reset and build around Ant. You could have talked me into it. But a conference finals, when they hadn't been there before, it was clearly like building. They clearly had a good vibe to just go, yeah, we're cool. I'm not taking a shot at it. I don't know. That just rubs me the wrong way. And
to your point, Titus, I think because they won that series, they kind of like earned the right to take that team back another season, and still it felt like no matter what, they're like, no, we got to trade Towns. This money's too large. I wonder if the ownership situation had already been figured out if the trade would not have happened. But we'll never know, really. So So wait, what was the resolution again?
Marky Mark. Good vibrations.
Good vibrations. I mean,
Good
try to get the vibes back and see what you can do in the playoffs. Because I don't really
Ant can overcome that, right?
Yeah,
I feel if he's happy-go-lucky, good mood guy, he can overcome some of this.
Well, he had that quote going around, "I'm 23" or whatever, and I realized how young he is, and I get it. Let's see in a couple years. What is his third year in the league or fourth year in the league?
Fourth or fifth.
Fourth. I mean, I guess I get it.
Year.
Fifth year. Really? See, because to me, year 6, 7 is when you really got to start. You got to start trying to win. So I don't know. I think it would have been a little bit early this year to push, but I don't know, man. I just don't like when these shots are so rare. We talked about the Derrick Rose thing. We won't bring it up, but they had their shot and then it goes away. It goes real quick.
For some reason, I feel like this won't be the last time we talk about the Timberwolves.
Nope.
But yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, no, they'll be in the mix.
But they're better. Okay, I'm looking at the standings. Are they better than the Nuggets this year?
No.
Okay. They're better than the Clippers. Are they better than the Lakers?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean a playoff series. No,
playoff series today. No,
I would be thinking Lakers.
Pick the Lakers.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're 7th because you got Grizzlies, Rockets, Thunder.
I think they're
Mavericks,
squarely in that play-in could flirt with the 6th seed.
Yep.
Let's say if Houston for some reason was to come to earth or Memphis, somebody like that, or honestly the Lakers, but but I can see in a playoff series, I would be real nervous for that. But
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Sorry. But...
All right. Well, that's fine.
I know, dude.
We can move on to an actual competitive team in the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Here we go.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
It's time for the lights and cameras to start shining bright on OKC. Last year, nobody believed in them as they were too young.
Yeah.
And they were doubted to keep up their pace after Chet went down this season. Yet all they've done off that is rip off the best record in the West and taking down some favorites in the East in the process. Close-up is coming, and OKC and its star Shea need to be ready to smile. It's kind of their time. This is the...
Is their net rating 12.1?
Yeah.
Ooh, Travis, what is that? You're the net rating guy here.
That's historic. That's 90s Bulls level.
Yeah, it's good.
90s Bulls, 2000s Warriors, or 2010s Warriors. That's it's still pretty early in the season, but if they were to keep up that level, you win the chip. You do that, man.
I mean, they have proved pretty much every doubter wrong, right? They didn't look great in the playoffs last year, but they looked a lot better than I think people thought they were.
They look young in the playoffs.
They look young. Yeah, they look young.
Right? They had a little deer in headlights. Jalen Williams didn't come out.
They looked a little young in the cup too, though. But me.
That's the thing, man. Right?
I think that's maybe the one thing that I would maybe pause the brakes on is could a Dallas get him again? Maybe I would have thought this is where Minnesota. Why it makes me mad because I'm sorry to bring it up again, but a Minnesota team that had just been there. And been we know what it's like here, buddy. You wait your turn. That would have felt right, but
they've had so many injuries. That's why I think Hartenstein and Caruso, if they come back and seeing if they can how they play, I think those are the most important pieces of this team.
I think you're right, and I think Caruso is a big locker room thing because he could be, obviously he's won the chip. He could be hey, look, guys, this is what it is.
I've been here
before. Don't get nervous. Don't get rattled. And then, that statement went over Boston over the weekend. I felt I watched that game. It was playoff intensity, man. They were ready to go. So it was fun. And I would love to see that finals matchup.
Yeah.
Shea's MVP, right? Are we?
Yes. I think he is.
I think he is.
They finished with the number 1 record in the West. He's MVP.
Are they not just going to give it to Jokic, though?
I looked at the stats. Jokic stats still look insane, but Shea's just
the
good enough, I
narrative?
think. And with
Yeah.
the net rating they mentioned, like he's obviously contributing to that
Yeah.
significantly, right? That you got to give it to him for that.
What would this be? If it was Jokic, was it 4 or is it 5?
That would have been
4?
3, 4.
It'd be
Should be
4 if he wins
3
it.
in a row, right?
3 in a row if he
Or
wins
no?
it?
No, it would
No.
be his third
No.
because he
Be his
because
third because
Embiid got it.
Embiid broke the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he had like a random one before that. But anyways, I thought he had 2 in a row and then the break and then 1. But all right, never mind.
All right.
might be right.
Portland Trailblazers. Last year's resolution was to take off the training wheels. This year, it's ride the big wheel.
Okay.
Last year's resolution was to take off the training wheels. They've allowed their young players to start controlling the team with Anthony Simons and Delano Banton leading the team's usage. That's right.
Wow.
Looking up usage stats. Scoot
What?
still is the biggest piece remaining in their puzzle. And him being
say.
7th in minutes on the team doesn't really fit with what this team is and where they should be
Whoa.
going. Win, lose, it doesn't matter unless you learn what you have across the board in your next 3 years worth of contracts.
That's wild. I mean, I admittedly haven't been paying attention to the Blazers.
Nobody
but
has. And
They're
the fact that it looks
Charlotte
no.
West.
Now Scoot has missed some games, but
Yeah.
like 7th in minutes, I was like, that doesn't make any sort of sense.
Scoot's bad.
Scoot's
Well,
bad.
but you gotta figure out, but you have to figure that out, right? Like
See the Michael Beasley.
you can't just be like, oh well, he's kind of good, but we're not giving him a chance. Like,
Yeah.
you just gotta, like, you're not good, so
You
you're
got to
not
know you
winning
fucked up.
anything. You got to know you fucked up and then figure it out.
Tough.
Is DeAndre Ayton still on that team? I don't even know.
Probably
Yeah.
dominating. Yeah, dominating still on the team.
He's still dominating. He's
Still
still Ayton dominating.
What a bum.
Bum. Phoenix could use him, I bet.
Phoenix could use him. He might be able to help.
Yeah, he's down to 14 points a game and 10 rebounds. Usually he averages
Double machine.
Double machine.
18
He's
and
baby
11.
Vooch.
Dude, that's
That's Angel Reese in it over there.
You said it. I love it.
He's
All right.
Yeah, he's annoying. That team's
That team's shit.
Move on.
We can move on.
Move on. They're the Wizards of the West.
Wizards of the West. Sounds
Kind
cool.
of, yeah. All right,
The
Utah Jazz.
Wizards, the Wicked West.
Utah Jazz need to choose their way.
Choose their way.
Jazz have veteran talent in Lauri Markkanen and Jordan Clarkson. They also have some young talent in lottery picks. They're middling and have been for the past 2.5 seasons. Quit the identity crisis and pick a path. Like, I'm kind of tired of them being what they are.
Move marketing, man. That should have happened.
That should have happened before the season started.
That should have happened.
They fucked that up.
Or
If you want to keep Markkanen, move Clarkson.
Yeah.
And some of those picks, and you should have been aggressive to try
get
and
a
bring
piece.
somebody in
Yeah.
next to Markkanen.
John Collins is still
LaMelo
getting
Ball.
so many minutes.
Oh, okay. LaMelo Ball. There you go. Put him in Utah.
And Utah doesn't want someone like LaMelo Ball.
He
That's a good
definitely
point.
fits there.
That's a good point. Him and Markkanen would be kind
Little
of fun.
Mormon
Though.
vibes.
Him,
Could be good.
Markkanen, Walker.
No,
Kessler.
they're hoping for Cooper Flag.
Yeah, they want
Like
flag.
they're the team that's like, just let's make this hell all worthwhile. That trade those. But my favorite thing about the Utah Jazz, at least the trades with Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, don't look as good. I know they haven't really come into fruition. We still have like 4 years until they all
They still got a lot of
will
picks
be
coming
fully
up.
realized. But it is interesting to see like how awful this is. Like, yeah, you trade away everything. Oh, A grades, good job, Utah. And it's like for this is what you get to experience now.
Mhm.
Like at least Minnesota's competitive. At least Cleveland's the best team
This was your
in
prime.
the
Yeah.
East. Like
You're right.
they're thriving. I'd rather have that than whatever this
picks.
is with Utah,
Yep.
Then picks in a mid superstar.
right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Fair
right,
point.
Golden State Warriors. I'm probably most open to listening to counters on this one, but
All right.
I said trade. I was kind of flipping between the
Trade Curry.
like
I was
I was,
good.
I was between the trade or just kind of call it what it is. But I think Steph still has enough in the tank to take you back to the top. The young players haven't lived up to the level you expected. They need a dominant score to stretch opponents and let Steph get open looks. My other option was the exact opposite of that, and pretty much like, hey, enjoy Steph while you can, because this is it. Like this is as good as your team's ever. Like it's over, right? Steph.
Yeah, we're not trying to compete.
Steph winning you some games here and there is going to be fun, and he's going to give you 8 for 8 shooting nights and stuff. But like your chances of being good are still gone. But I feel like there's still like one more push in there. I feel like they owe it to Steph to give him like one more guy to try it with. But
they don't have another guy, right? Like, is Kuminga supposed to be that other guy?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Supposed to be the other guy?
All the young guys.
Yeah.
Is he supposed to be the other guy?
So I kind of heard something on a podcast. I think it was the NBA group chat. They were talking like Golden State just seems unwilling to do what they need to do to put a team around Steph. Like they feel very scared because I think his contract is up in 2028. I think is what it is.
I believe so.
Yeah. So I feel like they're like, it's 4 years away. We don't want to, sell the farm and then be left with nothing when he's done. Cause I think that's probably it. He's probably running out the contract. But I think if I was in their position, I would kind of do what you were saying, Joey. I would take a good hard look and go, hey, look, either we got to do this for this guy and we got to say we're all in, fuck it. Who cares about the picks? Who cares about anything? It's all about winning. Or you go talk to Steph and you go, hey, look, man, we appreciate everything you've done for us. This is not out of ill will or anything, but we just don't have the stomach for it. We're not going to do it. And we don't want to see you here. Like, give them the option. Like, you can stay here.
But just know this is what
But just know that this is what it is. And if you wanted to stay a Warrior, you're fine. But if not, we will take the PR hit. We will say that we're trading you, and we will put you on a team that you want to go to a situation where you can have a chance to win. And if, hey, you want to, on the back end, you want to come around and do a farewell tour here in Golden State, we'd love to have you. But that's what I would do.
He's that Damian Lillard, kind of track, be the secondary star. Kyrie Irving, the secondary star on a team that's trying to win.
I'd call LA and I'd be like, hey, what do you guys want?
So what do you guys want? As you were talking, the team that came to mind for me, obviously, is the Minnesota Timberwolves. It would make so much sense for Stephen Curry to be the point guard for the Timberwolves, the secondary star with Ant. Are you kidding me? Give Rob Dillingham up. He's a lot of potential.
Okay.
He's kind of like this, good contract. Terrence Shannon, he hasn't really gotten a chance. He blew up in the D League for a couple games at 30 a game. Put him in the deal. They have no picks. Julius Randle. Give him Julius.
You give him first and last name.
I know, but
Draymond too. What is this?
We'll take Draymond, I guess. That's if that's
Draymond and Gobert on the same team, that'd be great.
No, that's not gonna happen. But dude, Steph Curry with Ant would be a lot. But yeah, that's the pipe dream.
Oh.
Hey, if you're gonna say LA, like, come on, what are we talking here?
We all saw it in the Olympics, man. We all want to see it. Everyone wants to see it.
It's kind of fair.
I think if you did that and you would tell your fans, like, hey, look, man, we weren't gonna do it. Nothing but love for Steph, and we're trying to send him off the right way. We're trying to give him a chance.
It's fair.
It's funny there were talks about LeBron going to Golden State, and now we're flipping it here.
And then you go, hey, come on, JJ, Steph.
LeBron's master plan.
LeBron's master plan. AD, let's do it. One more ride.
I'm going to tease that I'm going to Golden State, and then all along, it was just get Steph to come here.
Man. Before LeBron gets too old, man. Come on, let's do it.
What's too old? LeBron's got another 5 years.
41 is going to be too old. I think next year, this is kind of it for LeBron.
He said, oh, don't do that.
I mean, like, serious contender LeBron. You know what I mean? There's no way he can't keep getting away with this.
There's the guy that tweeted like LeBron just turned 30. No way this fucker is gonna go much longer. And then he just tweeted again 10 years later. LeBron is 40. There's no way this is gonna continue that much longer.
Yeah. All right, keep going, Joey.
All right. On to the Clippers. Look to the future. The same story has unfolded for the Clippers year after year. Just wait for Kawhi to get back. Well, he's back now, and that may help to keep the Clippers push intact. But they've proven they can be successful without him and should start considering options now for what they do after the season ends. I can't see a world that you can justify keeping Kawhi like after this season.
It's the building, right? Like they're screwed because they just moved. They have to have something.
But he's not there. Like he's not something even.
You're right.
He's definitely staying there.
I know, but it's just like it's the resolution for me is like, how can you keep justifying this Like, hey, he might just magically miss half the season again and then come back and then get hurt again for the playoffs. Like, it sucks.
Who would take
Sucks really
Kawhi
bad,
though?
but,
Like, talk about that. Like, who's signing up for that?
I don't
Golden
know.
State,
Memphis.
Memphis. Ooh, Memphis. All right, that might work.
Minnesota. I mean,
So,
can we
yeah,
talk about
he's
the
just
Timberwolves?
trying
Just-
over here, man. Help him.
Julius, anyone?
Anyway,
Anyone,
Julius.
Julius?
I don't know.
Kawhi?
Julius for Kawhi straight up.
For Kawhi, yeah, right?
Straight up. I mean,
Honestly, I don't know
Send
if
him-
that's. I don't know
Send him
if
to Sacramento for Darren Fox.
Kawhi.
that's- no, we haven't gotten
Yeah,
to
sure.
Sacramento yet.
Why not?
No, that's way.
What
Fox
are
is
you
way better
doing?
than that.
I don't know.
Kawhi's
Fox
played
wants
2
out.
games this year. He's out now because of the those awful wildfires going on right now. He's not playing because of those now. Like he just got back from injury.
Is
Now
that
he's out again.
serious?
No, I'm just saying. Like he was. That's why he's not
I
playing
mean,
now.
in serious situation, but like, is he really out for the wildfires?
Yeah,
Like, why? Because his house
his
is
family. He's got family in
family in
the
the- okay.
Palisades or wherever. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
Look, all right. I apologize. I'm not really locked in on the wildfires.
Not
Not really
familiar with
keyed
your
in on
location.
world events or
I'm keeping up with world events. It's not that one. I heard we're renaming the Gulf of Mexico, so that's all.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I knew about.
Greenland's for
Damn right we
sale.
are.
Team America.
And we're buying the Panama Canal back.
Yeah, it
All right, let's move
sounds
on.
sweet.
No,
Uh,
it's so
all right.
stupid. No, it's not worth it.
Don't forget Greenland. Sorry.
It's not worth
Okay,
it.
I'm done.
Actually,
All
we
right.
want to go to Greenland, but that's a separate. subject.
All right. On to the Lakers. Defense. The Lakers are 5th in the West, 5 games above 500 with a 21st ranked defense. They don't need to become defensive juggernauts, but improving to middle of the pack will be a necessity if they want to hold a position in the standings. I was shocked to see how bad they are on defense for the record that they're carrying.
What's their
Usually don't-
offensive rating?
Good question.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
I didn't pull that one.
Higher than
Higher.
their
The
The
defense.
gotta
resolution
be.
was
It was to get better
About
at
the
defense,
defense,
guys.
Titus.
defense, Titus.
I'm curious to be that bad on defense and still be like 5th in the West. West is pretty
I'll
good.
tell you right now,
I saw that dunk LeBron had, 40 years old. Good lord.
looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Lakers
Left hand
are
windmill.
9th in offensive rating.
Dude, they just got crushed by Dallas yesterday without Luka, without Kyrie.
Oh.
And they ISO'd Austin Reeves, who I saw this that he usually gets ISO'd like 6 times a game. He got ISO'd like 18 times. Like Dallas just put him in ISOs constantly. Like, let's go after the white boy.
He's no
And
Caruso.
it worked. Yeah.
Worked. They're like, all right. They went JJ on JJ. They said,
Yeah,
just
right.
Keep running it. Keep
You
running
would
it.
think JJ would be like, I've seen this. I know how
Yeah,
to
I've
deal
seen
with
this
this.
before.
But they
Yeah,
apparently
have some
Dallas-
notes for him. Hey, here's what you
Right?
got to do, Reeves.
The JJ.
The JJ.
JJ.
Yeah, the same position as Steph. I would love to see LeBron get one more crack at it, but it's probably behind
I'm
them.
picking the Timberwolves over the Lakers for the record in the playoff series, but we'll get there. We'll cross the road if we have to come to it.
Just because you're jealous that they stole your team name. That's fine.
I don't know if it's jealousy, it's just
Yeah.
vengeance.
Vengeance.
They don't even have any lakes in Los Angeles. We have all the lakes in Minnesota.
Have you seen the wildfires? There's no
They
water.
could- they could use
we
a
don't want
lake.
to. We don't want to bring that up again. I'm saying.
There's an ocean.
So it's right there, guys. It's saltwater.
Yeah.
You can't do.
I don't know if you've seen the map. There's an ocean right there.
Oh man, box out, boys. We come for world events.
All right, Phoenix Suns. Try again. You went all in.
Try
Everybody thought it
again.
was flawed. It is. You've been healthy, and it's not even translating to wins. You're wasting Booker's prime, and Beal and Durant should be sent to pasture if you have any hopes of being relevant. I'm putting them both on the list.
Wow,
I mean,
Durant's still good.
we were talking about
Ish.
Booker though, like when they were playing the Bucks in the finals. Is like this guy's on the
Mhm.
cusp of being the dude,
Yeah,
right? This guy is like with him and CP3. It was like, all right, CP3 is kind of that like bridge
Bridges,
here. He's the
yep.
bridge.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Bridges was there
There's
too. But I
Bridges
was like,
and too. Yeah,
CP3 was the bridge to like, hey, this is how you do shit. Like this is how you
Mhm.
win games and play. And then their solution after that was over was here's Durant and then here's Bradley Beal, both guys who are fine, but like
the Beal was the mistake.
Beal was the mistake, but I don't think Durant's doing much more. I mean, when's the last time you saw like a stat or like a top player or anything cool from Kevin Durant?
I think he's
but
just
Yeah,
efficient.
he's still doing the 27 a game thing.
Yeah, I mean,
So I said, put him out to pasture. Like you're wasting Booker here. I feel like.
I think that's maybe. I mean, this is a weird scenario. This is maybe the reverse of the Ant thing, where instead of like hitting the brakes and going, let's build around Booker, they're like, let's accelerate. We got there, and then that didn't work either. But
yeah, they accelerated wrong. They accelerated.
I think
much.
they made one too many moves. I think the
Correct.
Beal move was the disaster. Like you said, we all knew
Let's
it
not
would
forget
happen.
too. They paid Grayson Allen a shit ton of money too.
Yeah, I think that was the nail in the coffin.
Like,
was.
What were you?
I think the big three thing is over. I think it's like you need 2 superstar level guys and then pieces everywhere.
Yeah, it's like you needed like a superstar and then like 1B. Like
Yeah,
you could
1B.
skip that like 1A guy. Like instead of like the 1A, 1B, it's like you need like top tier,
Brown.
and then like the guy that's like not just right below it, but he's like 2 steps below.
Yep.
Yeah, like the Bucks, except then you need better names.
Yeah,
well,
then
they have them too. They just don't have the rest of the guys.
Yeah, fill it out well. I kind of so in a pipe dream idea, I think that makes sense for the Suns. But like I was thinking the resolution for the Suns should just be to deal with it and to bring him off the bench.
It's good. It's a good one,
and
Chris.
To just like put yourself in the situation, you gotta see it through. You gotta
deal with it.
You got to deal with it, and you got to let him. It's been 2 games off the bench. His first game he got 30. His second game he got 10. So,
hey, for future reference, I'm more than happy to take suggestions. So if you want to, help, right?
This is the only one. This is the only one. You've been great. This is the one that I was thinking about this earlier today too. About the.
I don't say that out of like animosity. I mean, like Beal with it is a great.
That's a great one.
That's
but
a great
I feel
one.
like that one. I feel like he came up with that like right as we're going on air. He's like, deal with it. Yeah, that's.
No, I was at the gym.
He was at the gym. All right, he was at the gym. He's really getting a sweat in. He's like, you know what? I got to deal with this.
I got to deal with this. Yeah,
good one.
That's great.
Let's move.
We got to think of some way to. You got to Randall it over there in Minnesota, guys.
Randall it in.
Randall your situation.
All right, Sacramento Kings. The easy one was, something about whatever the dude's name is, their owner. I can't even say it, Vivek or whatever.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, there was a lot of easy ones around him. I kind of went with the more soft one on this, mostly because they've won like 5 or 6 in a row here.
Yeah.
So I gave him circle the wagons, more for the players, right?
Okay.
Firing your coach. Fired your coach, superstar wants out, and your new acquisition has changed the way your team operates. A whole lot of noise is happening around the Kings, but they've rattled off 4 straight wins. I wrote this a few days ago. Since firing Mike Brown, the only way to stop the negativity is to put your head down and win games. This is kind of the same thing that the Suns had last year. If I look back at it, what I wrote for them, it's pretty much like, hey, everybody is telling you you're terrible. All the negative things that could have happened have happened. Yeah. So, like, circle the wagons as a team, like, figure it out. Kind of feel like the same for the Kings at this point. Like, you had your high 2 years ago. Last year was kind of a regression, and now it's like even further. But like, you've got like De'Aaron Fox isn't that young anymore. I mean, he's still young, but he's not that young. DeRozan's been around the block. Sabonis, you got guys that Malik Monk, like these veterans need to be like, hey, we know how to handle this kind of stuff, so they should get their shit together and kind of figure it out.
Yeah,
win games.
Do you know that Sabonis and Fox are only a year apart?
That's really
in age. I thought Sabonis was like 4 years older.
In age or like in the league?
In age. I don't know about years in the league, but
okay.
Fox is 97 and Sabonis is 96. So they're really at the primes right now, like the 28, 29 thing.
Should be winning.
That's wild. Nobody cares about the Kings, though. Dallas Mavericks. Their New Year's resolution is to survive. Luka suffering his calf strain and looking at an extended absence. The Mavs need to survive. They're 3.5 games in front of the play-in, but the teams behind them are healthy and hungry. Whether to storm until your superstar is back and continue the push.
Man,
they gotta hang on here, because like it could get ugly for them real fast, or it could be just fine when he comes back. But if they have
Luka?
Any sort of slip, 4 to 6, I think. So probably now, probably like 3 weeks now, maybe left.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good little stretch here, man.
That's a stretch.
Yeah. Try to get right before All-Star break.
And it wasn't like they were playing great before that, where it was like, all right, we're comfortable when he comes back. It'll just go back to normal. Like they got some
Yeah,
they got some
they got
stuff.
some work to
This
do.
team should be like where the Rockets and Grizzlies are, but for some reason
Should be.
they're 3 games worse because they just are complacent, right?
I
They're-
think that's the right.
Exposed.
Klay Thompson washed.
Derek is not
Worst.
as lively as he was last year. He's kind of just the same.
They kept the wrong
So-
Derek.
Yeah.
Should
Wait,
have
who
kept Derek Jones Jr.
I was blank. I was like,
They could have kept both,
Jr.
but yeah,
I expected Chris to pick up on that right away.
I
Chris knows
forgot
his
about
guys.
Jones. Derek
Chris
Jones.
knows he's a guy. He's got some
He's,
guys.
he's not bad.
Missed a lot of
All
threes
right.
for him in the finals.
Yes, he did. All right, we got the number 2 or 3 team, the Houston Rockets. Their resolution is to evaluate. All right, let's stick with this. Sengun, Green, Smith, Shepard, Eason, and Whitmore are all under 25 and competing
many
for the lead
guys.
role. So many guys. Typically, having this many young players is a blessing, but as they remain the top 3 in the West, they're in a position to capitalize on their assets and add some star power to help the growth. They've got a lot of guys, but they don't need all those guys. They've got to like evaluate, identify, pick the handful you're going to keep and build with, and you got to move some of these dudes and like start marketing yourself as a place. I think players kind of want to go to Houston. Like it's a big city, big market. Like I think there's some jazz there. Udoka, as much as we don't dislike him, I think he's considered to be a good coach. Like guys want to go
juice,
play.
man.
Guys want to play basketball for him. Yeah, so they've got to start thinking. They got to start thinking about which ones they're keeping. And Chris, which ones would you keep? Sengun, check.
Sengun,
Yep.
Amen Thompson.
Thompson. I even put him on here. Thompson.
I know you forgot about Tom. I thought
I
yeah.
did. Sorry.
Okay.
I thought you were going to talk about contracts. That's why.
I was gonna say those 3 are kind of like, and then like I can be talked into any of the other ones. Like,
yeah,
is Jabari Smith really that good? Every time I watch him, I think he's doing pretty well, and then I see he puts up like 12 points, and it's like, oh, okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
I love this idea, but here's what they should do. They decide who they're going to keep with those 3 guys, whatever, and then, like you said, and then everybody else is kind of up for grabs, and you trade them for picks.
Yeah.
So that way you can continue to reload and have pieces as those guys are getting good and as they're starting to get paid, and don't make this mistake of like adding a star
now and pay $50 million.
Yeah. You just go, all right, like kind of like the OKC model a little bit, where you're like, hey, look, all right, we're going to build young, we're going to stay young, and we're going to, load ourselves up with picks so that way we can stay budget friendly. Yep. And then then if they're peaking at the right time and a move makes itself available, let's do it. Yeah, call it chips in.
I like it.
Otherwise, we got bodies we can throw at this.
It's a good one.
I like it.
No reason to make a move right now. Don't do what the Timberwolves did and trade too soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just think they need to figure out what the deal is here. They don't need to like trade deadline this, but use the back half of the season, figure it out. All right, Memphis Grizzlies. Show us what you got.
Yeah, Memphis
Grizzlies have been teasing this for a few seasons now, but at 23-13, can this core of Ja, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Desmond Bane, he makes the core, I think.
He's the core.
Finally make it past the second round and show they're on the level of an OKC. The size and athleticism matches, but do they have the talent? It's time to put up or shut up.
Jaren Jackson they come,
Jr.
baby.
Is having a really, really good year.
Really, 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 ridiculously,
seriously, freakishly good.
It's a good year. Here they come, man. I should have gone harder on them again in the preseason.
I'm disappointed. I want them to be bad, so bad, but
you went under on them, Titus.
I know, because the last couple of years they've done me wrong, and then
I went lower. I even went lower, so fair.
I thought Ja was going to be swerving in LiAngelo Ball's car. Yeah,
been in the corner.
Yeah.
Jalen Wells for Rookie of the Year, or Edie. We're talking about Edie. He's the guy on this team.
Is that a name? Is that a player?
Is that an NBA player?
He's averaging 12 points a game. Had 30
the
the other
pick
night
in the draft
against Sacramento. Against Sacramento. Every player has like the career game against Sacramento.
What position does this guy play?
Small forward.
Oh, perfect. So he was matched up against DeMar. Sounds like a pretty easy matchup.
And that's Yamayaka has got his triple double against DeMar.
Yep.
We're seeing the
DeMar, the DeRozan bump.
The more you know.
I like this. I like Memphis. This feels like a conference finals loss to OKC at best.
At
At
best.
At
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
I think that's a considered.
I think
win
they're
this
going to be a
season
team
for them.
that
Yeah, that
people
would
are
be a
going to
win.
pick as getting upset in the first or second round.
Mm.
I might, because they might be playing a team that I would rather see win
Well,
than Memphis.
that might
So,
happen. But
yeah, we'll see.
ooh, Ja Ant. Oh, that would be great.
Hey, that was a rivalry.
Yeah,
Did we
that was a
forget?
rivalry.
That was
Yeah.
2 years, 3 years
Lest
ago.
we forget.
Yeah.
We forget. All right,
Let's
two
see
left.
that.
San
left,
Antonio
yeah.
Spurs. Plan for the future. Wemby is obviously good, like really good. Took a great step at adding, really good. They took a great step at adding CP3 to the team to help him flourish, but it's time to think about moving some of the depth and looking for all-star talent to surround him with. I don't know. Like watching them play the Bulls the other night, it was like Jeremy Sohan, cool.
He's bad. He's bad.
He
Yeah.
did not become their Draymond, like I thought.
Like
He
outside of
like has the goofy hair and the personality,
hair,
and
yeah.
he's averaging
fucking
13 a
goofy.
game, but like he's
Everything but the
bad.
game.
It's not good. Again, I don't know who those guys are going to want to go. Like, I feel like all the tradable all-stars right now are like, hey, we're in win now mode, not like we are okay winning in like 3 years or competing.
Well, Wemby's what, second? This is second year?
Second season.
year. Yeah.
Oh man, this is we got tons of time with these guys. With this guy.
Stephon Castle looks great. Rookie of the year. I'm just gonna keep
Possibly.
naming- yeah.
He could be in the mix. He actually might be in the mix. Him,
He had a good
Eve,
dunk. I think it was against the Bulls. Been watching
The only
Spurs
dunk
a
that
little bit.
mattered against the Bulls was
There was only one dunk that mattered.
dunk. I saw
Dude,
that.
Wemby had 8 blocks that game,
I know.
and
Could have
then
had one more.
And they lost.
yeah,
I think I think I'm slow playing this still with Wemby, as annoying as it seems. I'm kind of with you. Usually I'm the guy like, hey, look, this guy looks awesome. Let's go. I don't know, man. Take your time, build around him. We got 3 years here before it really starts to get serious.
LaMelo Ball.
Well, that actually might be kind of
that might
throwing off the
I don't like
backboard
it.
to Wemby.
That'd actually be pretty sweet. Be sweet.
Whoa.
He's averaging 9.4 3-point attempts per game. He had
Yeah,
that
that's why his
awful.
offense sucks.
How about that last three at the end of the
Math
Bulls
problem,
game,
Joey. It's a
where
math
it was like 35 feet out? So
Yeah, the
stupid.
math problem goes out the window when you give up a 20-point lead by taking 3-pointers instead of putting your 7'4" frame next to the basket, and
Just go gadget
Mathematically, he
arm.
wasn't wrong though.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
Yep.
New Orleans Pelicans.
I was gonna say, who have we not done
Yeah.
yet? Who have I like?
Exactly.
Exactly.
New Orleans Pelicans. Their resolution is to join Charlotte.
In
Nobody
Charlotte.
wants to be
Vegas.
you. Nobody wants what you have, and nobody wants to join you. I don't know what your resolution should be, but whatever you actually choose won't be right. So don't bother and just be irrelevant.
Wow.
Done. Cool.
Move Zion.
Zion came back last night and had a windmill dunk. Is he
Yeah.
gonna play tomorrow? And then he's resting tonight. Cool.
No.
Man,
Shit, it's junk. It's
they
trash.
can't trade him
Anytime
anyway,
there's a-
but
Yeah,
I watched the whole game. If he played 35 minutes, they would have won. McCollum was 1 for 14 in that game. Jose Alvarado was 4 of 11. This team just doesn't have guys that like all
It's
play
like-
together at the same time. They just have guys.
That's like the thing. Like nobody wants to trade for the guys you have. Nobody wants to join the guys that you do have. What do you can't do anything, right? You're like,
Yeah. they're a drawer full of unmatched socks, and nobody has the pairs.
oh,
Zion's a lot of fun to
beautiful.
watch, though. To be fair,
It's fun.
like I forgot how big he is, and like he grew out that beard that like big guys grow out when they want to like hide their double
Yeah.
chin. Even though I think he's been kind of staying a little lean for him, at least.
Sure. Great.
I don't know,
I
he's
mean,
just-
like, tell me again, the Zion's in shape. I mean,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
every year we do this.
I don't care if he's in shape. It's clearly not the problem for him.
No, but this is like it's
He's
becoming
just
like
an
a Ben
injured dude.
Simmons level of,
Yeah.
Ooh,
it's
Yeah, you
not
might be
quite
right.
Simmons,
You might
but
be
it's
right,
it's on the cusp.
At least he
He's
still
real close.
produces though when he plays.
Yeah,
right.
It's Simmons
Yeah,
with
he's
it's
still got
Simmons,
the game.
it's Simmons with flair.
Yeah,
It's
Simmons with flair.
it's just physical for Zion. Simmons had the mental.
It's all
like,
mental.
breakdown.
for-
Oh,
No, it's his
right.
back. It's his back. It's
Oh
his
right,
back.
no, it's not his head.
back. We gotta put his back into it, I guess.
He can't do it. He
Can't
tried
do
to
it.
put his back into it.
But it's getting to the like the Zion. It's the Simmons jumpers in the empty gym.
Yep.
Okay, let me see it on the
Yeah.
court. I don't care.
Cool.
You know,
So
he's
can
only
show off.
24 years old, Zion. He's
I
Greg
know.
Oden.
Wait,
Oden 2.0.
am I right? 24? I heard 24 the other day. That still sounds
He
crazy.
only played one
man.
season in college, so that kind of makes sense.
He
He's born in
blew
2000.
his shoe out.
He's turning 25. Oh, he's 25 today.
Oh wow! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Zion.
Hey, happy
They should
birthday.
trade you.
They should.
Could they even get anything for him? They couldn't get anything for him, right?
They probably
Oh, yeah.
could.
It's kind of like I was like Durant signed a crazy contract after his Achilles. You think Zion could get value?
Yeah, Durant
I
had.
mean, should the Bulls take a look?
Should the absolutely.
If you're the
Are you-
Bulls, you take
Patrick
a
Williams,
Yeah, if you're willing for that, but they're
Kobe
gonna want-
White. Do you want
look?
Kobe?
It's weirdly, I'd be fine with that if I, as a Bulls fan, I'd be like, okay,
Levine Zion could be really fun. I'm trying to appease
There's
Joe.
no
I feel like it would take Levine in return because those
Yeah,
salaries
there's
have
I
to
think
no
match.
way.
Levine. I thought
Levine
maybe
would have to go.
maybe the salary wise.
Yeah.
I thought Kobe would be the more appealing asset because of the age and
the
contract.
Kobe and Zion, that could be cool. No, yeah, I don't know.
I don't need that. I don't need to.
I'll take Zion in Minnesota over
He
Julius.
doesn't
Over
play.
I don't care.
He
I'd
doesn't
rather
want to play.
Then Nas
You'll
Reed
take him
starts.
to do
Just
what?
let Nas Reed start, Chris.
Not just-
Finch. I'm talking to Finch here, not
You're
me.
talking to yourself.
Let him start, Chris.
Let him start, Chris. It's all right, man. Hey, relax, dude.
Won't start
Start.
Nas. He keeps showcasing Julius around. Just fine. Let Zion play 30 games a year. I don't care. Like it, you know,
When he
it's
comes
better
in,
than
it's
what I'm seeing with
great.
Julius.
The rest of the time you have Ant and Nas. I think I'm actually okay with that move.
Keep showcasing Julius around.
Showcasing Julius. Yeah, that. Oh man.
That's a front office play. Hey, you have to make this happen, make this work, so we don't look stupid for trading him.
That's exactly what it
Trading
feels
for
like.
him.
Yeah.
So you better play him and hope he just figures it out. And if
Yeah.
not, it's
He's
still
like,
not
I'm not
his
playing him in the
fault.
fourth.
If not, it's still not his fault. It's going to be your fault. You're going to get fired, but figure
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah, right.
Please.
There you go.
Well, I think all 30 teams now know what to do in 2025. It's going to be a long year, long stretch to the finals. What I mean is the next show the trade deadline,
No.
the 15th, right? Or no?
It's February, or is it?
Oh, February 15th. Okay. I don't know why. I thought it was the 15th of something.
February 8th. Oh,
8th,
that was
okay.
last year. That was last year.
Oh, that was last year. Why do I keep thinking the 15th? Or am I thinking of
That's a
December
good question.
15th?
Don't know.
I'm thinking of December 15th. All right.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Well, we're not sure exactly what we'll do for the next week's show yet. Maybe do some tiers or something, but we'll have a good idea for you. This was always fun. We love doing our New Year's resolutions. Joey knocked it out of the park this year. Great job, buddy.
Deal with it.
Deal with it.
I don't care if you like them or not. Deal with it.
Deal with it. We're going to keep dealing with it week after week here on the Box Out Boys. But that is it for us tonight. Follow us at social media at the Box Out Boys. Slide those DMs. Let us know what you think your team's New Year's resolution should be. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review on YouTube and Spotify. We very much appreciate that. So until next time, Box Out.